people have things twisted. Just because you oppose the conscious community, just because you oppose Dr.Enqi, and just because you oppose SaNeter doesn't mean you hate them or you have any real vitriol towards them, or it doesn't mean that you actually want to see them become unsuccessful in life. I wish all those brothers much success, and I pray and hope that one day they'll wake up and start to be honest contributors of society instead of people who are three-card Mollying their way through life. I mean, the bottom line is this. You've got a guy who took a 10-week course at a school that specializes in teaching people alternative medicine, which is a good thing. I'm not knocking that. It's cool. We live in America. This is a capitalistic society. You can make money establishing a school, especially if the school has some substance to it. And I do believe that there's substance in alternative medicine. But you can't single out alternative medicine as being superior to commercial medicine. People need hospitals, people need real doctors, but people can also make use of practitioners of alternative health. If you want to lose weight and you don't want to go through the commercial diets like Atkins or whatever, you can consult a natural healer, alternative medicine practitioner who can guide you on how to correctly set up your nutrition. I actually think that there's a place for people like Enqi. The problem that I have is when Enqi instructs his following, which isn't really too bright if you want to be honest with you, but don't take that as an insult because there's always an opportunity for their intellect to grow. They just haven't gotten there yet. But the problem is when Enqi says, do not go to regular doctors. Regular doctors are a part of some type of satanic cult that pledged to kill people. If you have some type of illness or some type of terminal illness, don't go to the doctor because they're going to kill you. Come to me and I'll give you advice. I mean, come on now. SaNeter made a video actually debating Enqi about Dr. Sebi's approach to medicine. SaNeter said that he ended up in a hospital for a couple of weeks after taking Dr. Sebi's products, and he actually said that they were bullcrap. And once he went to his real doctor, he was straightened out. But he said that he almost died from taking Dr. Sebi's medicine. And the way that he actually got the products was through a phone call. He never even seen the person that he talked to. They were in some other country in Honduras. He explained to them what his problem was, and they said, okay, we're going to send you something in the mail. They sent it to him. He took it. He got sick, ended up in a hospital for a few weeks. That's the result of listening to guys like Enqi when they tell you, don't go to regular doctors. Only come to me. First of all, the school that Enqi went to tells you, point blank, the certificates that we offer for our 10-week courses does not give you the ability to do physicals, meaning you cannot go, say for example your job requires you to do a physical. Bus drivers, for example, city bus drivers, they have to do physicals once a year. You can't go to Enqi. You can't say, okay, I'm going to go to Enqi for my physical and give it to my job. They're going to reject that because it's not, it's just, Enqi's not a doctor. There's a place for people like Enqi. Enqi can teach you about nutrition. Enqi can teach you about bodily processes and things like that. He can teach you about ways to cope with certain ailments with natural herbs and natural foods as opposed to commercial medicine, because we all know pharmaceuticals can be dire. They cause addiction and they cause a lot of side effects. So yeah, there's a place for people like Enqi. I'm not saying that we should hate Enqi or boycott Enqi. I'm just saying that Enqi is dead wrong because Enqi tells people that you shouldn't go to real doctors. And another thing, SaNeter, you got to understand, SaNeter is a guy that actually brags about the fact that he sold heroin and cocaine in his community. When people say to him, SaNeter, you used to be a drug dealer, what do you have to say about it? He says, hey, that was just the era. People sold drugs a lot back in the 80s and 90s. So what? That's his mentality. He never came out and apologized to the people that he sold the substances to. He never came out and said, hey, this is a PSA. I just want to let everybody know that I used to sell drugs. The reason that I decided to sell drugs was for profit, but I was lost at that particular time. I didn't have knowledge. and I didn't understand what I was doing to my community at that time. I was programmed and conditioned to sell drugs by thinking that my circumstances were so severe that I needed to do it in order to make money and take care of myself. All I needed to do was just pray to God and just go hard and just keep reaching for that job, or keep equipping myself with talents and skills so that I can be marketable to a job, so that the job would want to hire me. For me to stop pursuing excellence and pursuing, adding talent and skills to my repertoire meant that I was lazy. I took the easy way out by selling drugs. Please do not follow in my footsteps. Instead of doing that, he actually just says, hey, I mean, that's just what we did back then in the 80s and 90s. We sold heroin and we sold a lot of cocaine. So what? So for people to say that SaNeter is a conscious community icon, I laugh at that. Because SaNeter, first of all, he doesn't do anything in the physical world. If you actually sit down with a piece of paper and a pen and write down the things that SaNeter actually does for his particular community in real life, in the physical world, outside of the digital cyber realm, it's nothing. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't even pass out turkeys on Thanksgiving. He doesn't even give out book bags to kids during the school year. The school year has been in session for 2 weeks now. Has he given out a single book bag? No, but drug dealers do that. Drug dealers and rappers, that's the minimum level of social support. But rappers do it all the time. They give away Jan Sports. They give away turkeys. I mean, all the rappers do that in their communities. SaNeter doesn't do it, though. But he claims he's an icon of freedom. He's an icon of black people. SaNeter is a businessman. SaNeter doesn't want to work a regular job. SaNeter's probably never worked a regular job in his life. His whole entire life, he's been a vendor. He's used a table like this to sell products. Okay, you want this? Give me $10. Oh, you ain't got it? Give me $5. And once the internet became popular and black people started to use the internet en masse, he converted. And he was one of the first people and only people to be delivering the type of content he does. I mean, the conscious community is small. There's not a lot of outlets and sources of that particular material. But at the end of the day, it's not really doing anything constructive for the community. And I don't expect him to do anything constructive for the community. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong at. You can't expect a businessman to do community service or to uplift his people. You know, he's in it for the money. It's like going to an oil baron or somebody on Wall Street and getting upset with them because they're not giving a percentage of their profits to, people who are struggling in their communities. No, I mean, I didn't get myself involved in a business endeavor for charity. This is business. Conscious community is a business model. Our job is to provide entertainment, but instead of giving you entertainment like Wendy Williams does, talking about celebrity gossip, we're going to give you religious gossip. We're going to give you philosophical gossip. We're going to give you intellectual gossip. So essentially, he provides edutainment, and I think that there's a place for that in our community, because a lot of times when we want entertainment, we go indulge in mindless activities that don't really add any substance to our brain or add any intelligence to our brain. We just simply watch a rap video or whatever. So I do think that there's value in the type of entertainment that SaNeter provides. But yeah, I mean, I don't expect him to be a revolutionary hero because he's a businessman. He doesn't want to work a regular job. It's easy for him to sit at home. He gets an opportunity to be with his wife, be with his family. He has a lot of free time. And that's what he's after. It's not about uplifting the community. It's about making his life as easy as possible. It's about making as much money as possible while putting in the least amount of work. And he doesn't want to go work a regular job. He doesn't want to He doesn't want to wake up at 7 in the morning, go out in rush hour traffic, work traffic, have to be to his job on time or get written up, wait 2 weeks for a paycheck. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to make money doing what he does, and there's no problem in that. But you got to stop calling him a conscious community icon. You got to stop calling him a freedom fighter. He's a businessman. SaNeter pays taxes for his YouTube content. He makes a certain amount of money per year that the IRS is deemed taxable. He doesn't do anything for the community. In the real physical realm, He doesn't do anything. He doesn't hand out book bags. He doesn't do anything. He provides entertainment, which is cool. I call it edutainment. And he is a business. I mean, anytime you establish a business model where you actually write down what your goals are, your intended audience, your content that you want to provide, or the service you want to provide, and you actually create price points for that, that's a business model. And when you pay taxes on your source of income, that's a business. Peace.